Welcome to Volkswagen's T-Cross. It's a family SUV that starts at just under €24,000 in Ireland, and this one is a 115 brake horsepower, 1 litre TSI petrol engine, which is €200 to tax. So for the moment, this little SUV is made for families. So let me show you the interior and what it's all about. A very solid and functional dash here, nice solid steering wheel. It's not the plushest of steering wheels that Volkswagen have in their range, but it does the job quite nicely. You've got all these interior controls that you can access, volume control, sat nav, air conditioning is over here, and most of the controls are accessed from the steering wheel, but you can access them as well from the panel, the touchscreen panel that we have. So they're very easy to use on the steering wheel, very nice to look at. A little bit plasticky here with the R-Line logo. Apart from that, it's fine, it's hard wearing. We've got a stop start button, which is a nice touch. You've got very standard looking auto stick, and strangely we do not have an electronic parking brake, we have a handbrake. It's a 1 litre engine, so this is just a cost saving from Volkswagen. You have, if I just turn it on here, it's a nice Volkswagen logo to welcome you and telling you that you spent money on the R-Line. So up here, as I was saying, you've got the radio, media, phone, car settings, menu, everything that you need to access within the car to get through to your settings, everything that you'd like to make personalized to your own preferences. On some models you have access to the virtual cockpit, which is a really nice touch. If you don't really need it, it's not necessary to spend all that money on it. If you do have the option available to you, then I don't see why not. But the Audi is probably the best one I've come across for the virtual cockpits. Absolutely love the Audi. So here we are in the menu system. You can customize this. You've got sat nav here. You can also run sat nav from here if you prefer. I don't believe that you can run the two at the same time. You have to pick one or the other. So here we are. You can scroll through your phone connections, your speed, range, what have we got left now? Yeah, oil temperatures, all of that good stuff in here. And then, as I say, you can change the view and how it looks and comes across to whichever you prefer, with as much or as little detail as available. So it's got auto stop start. You have to turn this on or off pretty much every time I get into the car. I turn this off. I do not find it a helpful or useful addition. Also as well, I find that I need to go into the settings, driver assistance and lane assist. Lane assist is just an extremely frustrating safety addition that I just don't think works. It's dangerous if on small country lanes passing cyclists, and this is across the range with all of the cars offering this at the moment. And it's every time you turn the car on and off. So if you have a journey and you're doing it like 2 or 3 times, you're getting in and out of the car, you're turning the car off 2 or 3 times, it's just extremely frustrating to have to turn this setting on and off all the time. It should be a focus where if you wanted to turn it on, you have the option to do so, as well as auto stop start as well, because I find at junctions or roundabouts, if you find you have an opportunity, you can go, but if the auto stop start is on, it turns off just at the moment where you decide to push the pedal. This particular car is also fitted with the Beats audio. It's absolutely fine. It's a nice and quiet environment to spend time in anyway, whether you're in the city or you're on the motorway. It's an incredibly hushed environment. It's nice to drive in the city. It's not that peppy. If you wanted to plant your foot on the accelerator, I wouldn't hope for too much, but it's nice if you just move along and you're very progressive. It moves on beautifully. You've also got flappy paddles here behind the steering wheel as well, and you also have manual control on the gear lever. DSG is lovely as always. It's a nice spacious cabin. It's a lovely interior to spend time in. Couple of touches here, a bit plasticky. This is a bit rougher than I would expect. It's not soft touch. Same along here. You also have the door bins to fit your bottles. Good amount of space all around for the front seat passengers as well as the rear seat passengers, and I'll show you all the tricks that go on back there. Anyway, we'll go into the back seat. We'll have a look what's going on there. I have my seat set as I would be driving. I've got to get rear seat space. Again, this is based on the Polo, apparently, but it definitely feels golf sized. I mean, this is the amount of space that I have. I'm 5'8" and I'm perfectly happy sitting in the back. 2 passengers, loads of space, 3 at a push if you were giving people a lift, not a problem. You've got good visibility ahead of you in front of the 2 front seat passengers as well. A nice pocket here if you want to store your phone while both passengers are charging, which is a really good option. You've got a nice electric window option here, and a little bit rougher back here than I would expect from Volkswagen. Some seat hooks and some lighting available to you as well. Nice seat headrests, all around good space, good visibility. Nice for a short journey with just 4 passengers, 5 at a squish. One of the other tricks that this T-Cross does is that it has a forward moving bench. It's the only one in the Volkswagen range that has this, and it's very similar to the Citroën C3 Aircross. So if I reach down here just under the seat, I can move the bench forward. Now, this is not very comfortable for me to sit in as a rear seat passenger for very long at all. I could not sit there very long, but what it does is obviously creates a bit more space in the boot for any packages that you may need to move. So yeah, let's move around to the boot and see what's going on in there. Around the back we have these lovely sporty touches. I really like this rear boot spoiler as well, and as you can see, you've got this great lovely addition of the lighting panel that goes the whole way across. Really nice touch. You've got the T-Cross insignia, Volkswagen, and your easy lift open. Alright, here we go. And boot space, not too bad for the moment. These are supposed to be easy flip open, but for some reason they're not working on this particular model. You've got this movable floor space here, and then underneath that as well, oops, you've also got a spare tire, which is good to see. This boot space is lower or raisable up and down as well. So let's go in and around. Now it's easy enough to pop the seats from the inside. I'll just do the far side first. Very simple, very light and nice. It's the same. There you go. Nice bit of space there. And as I say, you can move this bench all the way forward. It does create a little bit of a gap to lose things down here. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, so as you can see, a little bit of a gap created there, but it's not the worst thing in the world, but something that Volkswagen designers usually look at a little bit better. So there you have it, loads of boot space there. Easy enough to lift up, quite heavy, solid, and yeah, that's the rear space. You've also got, yeah, I mentioned those earlier, 2 boot space, 2 USBs, nice pocket space here, spaces for bottles, nice roof rails as well, I like those. All in all, it's a pretty solid little number. I mean, it's a very solid little number, to be perfectly honest. So if the turquoise doesn't suit you, you've also got energetic orange here, which has matching alloys and a matching interior as well. Let's take a look on the inside and see what's going on there. Inside of the T-Cross, which is spec'd out, as you can see, you've got this orange and black plastic trim to brighten up the interior. It follows on through down here in the gauge manual, this is gear selector, through on across the digital dashboard, and you get a little touch of it here also as well on the steering wheel. So it's a nice bright interior. I think Ireland does need a bit of injection in colour. I'm not too sure about the pastels. The turquoise blue and the orange works a little bit better for my personal taste. I carried out a little bit of a poll on Instagram, and basically the orange ended up winning out against the turquoise, and I had them parked against each other in the garage. So yeah, it is a nice interior. It's a nice way of brightening it up. The plastics, they're a little bit hard. Everything else is very hard wearing up here, down here. Kind of smacks of possibly an older generation of Volkswagens. You've lost the stop-start key that we had on the turquoise edition, and we now have the manual key here. We're also rocking a very nice, lovely light manual addition to the interior here, which is very nice to drive, I have to say. What we're in here is the Style Edition. It's €31,000 as it is currently spec'd, and so basically the extra options are the interior here on the plastic at the dash, plastic around here, and the trim here. The seats are also quite nice, the orange infusion here to match the orange on the outside. The orange jacket is matching but does not come with the car and is not an optional extra. You'll have to go to Superdry for that. This stands out in a different way to the R-Line that we had during the week. It's not as beefier looking maybe on the outside, but that's where you can expect the orange alloys and this orange interior, the matching orange contour trim across the seats as well. Everything else is pretty much the same. Oh yeah, the Beats audio system was available in the R-Line. Here you have the rear seats, the same amount of space. Again, they tell us that it is based on the Polo. It's definitely a lot bigger than a Polo interior wise. I do like this white trim. Don't know how long that's going to last with a couple of kids with jammy handies. Really like these seats. They're very, very nicely spec'd. Nice to feel hard wearing. Everything is fairly hard wearing though. It's a lot more hardcore than I would expect from Volkswagen. A nicer soft touch wouldn't go amiss, but I suppose they have a few bills to pay. But yeah, let me know what you think of the T-Cross. Look at the alloys here. Let me know what you think. Do you think they're going to be more expensive, less expensive to fix if you damage them? Do you think they add or detract from the car? Take it for a spin. What I tend to do is just use the manual flat paddles, and works a dream for me. Now it doesn't have the best engine noise out of it. Again, it's a 1 litre engine, 3 cylinders, but it does the job with a car of this size quite amicably. So the Volkswagen T-Cross is exactly what many small SUV buyers are looking for. It's very comfortable, it's easy to drive, and it doesn't feel like a wallowy big huge barge of an SUV. Yet small enough that it's easy enough to handle in town. It's competitive and its running costs are quite low. Whether you're a company car driver or a private buyer, it's going to be something that you really should look into. The entry level trim is pretty basic, highlights being the 16-inch alloy wheels, air conditioning, electric windows, front seat lumbar and height adjust here. I like to sit in a high position when I'm in an SUV, it's part of the appeal. It's also got DAB radio, which unfortunately is being phased out in Ireland. It's got Bluetooth, and the safety features include automatic emergency braking and lane keeping assist. As I mentioned earlier, I prefer to keep that off. If your driving is mainly centred in and around town or short journeys, don't write off the 95 brake horsepower 1 litre engine, as it will be absolutely perfect for those needs if you need no more. It's just a bit breathless at higher revs, so you need to work quite hard to get it to 70 miles an hour. There's a choice of 3 engines, 2 petrol and 1 diesel. At the top of the range, there's a 115 brake horsepower version. I'm extremely impressed with the amount of interior space in the T-Cross, it has to be said. I still can't believe everywhere I read the material, it's based on a Polo. It's based on a Polo. Definitely feels more like a Golf. It's slightly bigger on on its footprint than a Polo, which I absolutely agree with. But then why tell me like that it's based on a Golf? I'm not too sure about that. But the interior space, very well laid out, plenty of room for 4 passengers. Now, it's not going to move 4 passengers and their luggage easily for a weekend away. You're going to come up with a struggle.